What's going on? Happy Saturday to everybody. That includes all one of yous. Carmela! It's funny. I was just actually thinking about you before I came. I don't know what the fuck, but it just, yeah. You kind of just passed through my head real briefly. Don't know what that is, but hey, hope you're doing well. So, for those of you who are going to be watching the broadcast, we're going to get right the hell up into this pretty like right now. As most of you know, or have heard, maybe, there is an upcoming love ritual. It has been pushed to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this upcoming week, which is the 12th, 13th, and of course, ending on Valentine's. It has a specific order to be done for a specific reason. Miss Twin, how are you? Hey, Diosa. Que lo que? Carlito. Shout out. So, anyways, but in the name of this, a lot of people I didn't count on how triggering this shit could actually be to certain people. A lot of people are really triggered when it comes to just this whole fucking notion of love, doing rituals for love, or whatever have you, and stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is, it reflects on them personally and their own personal beliefs about what's possible for them and shit like that. I released a video, I think it was last week, called the Love Spell Diagnostic Test, which, to do this ritual, you have to do that part. And that's the hardest part of the ritual. The other stuff that's coming up for the ritual, I pushed it back. So it will be happening this week. So if you want to get into that, okay, this is your chance. All right. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Okay. This is actually a lot more than just getting some person that floats your boat or people that float your boat. Although that is a byproduct and that's going to happen. But love has a lot of different sides. Love is not just a chemical in your brain. Love is a frequency, and it has its own intelligence as well. I liken love to a woman. I really do. Love has a voracious appetite. So what we're going to get into right now is just a little something that I call the black magic of love, because there's a lot of different sides to love. So I'm going to say it like this. You can also look at this ritual. And the reason I'm about to give you this information, yes, it has to do with also, the ritual, but whether you participate in this ritual or not, you need to hear this information. Or for those who are ready, right? Some of you you're kind of, you have a little love thing going with your limitations. I'm not here to interfere with that, okay? I'm not here to tell anybody what they should do, what they shouldn't do. The truth of the matter is, I can give a fuck less what you do, okay? If you're on this particular frequency, and hey, I give it, what I'm saying? Give you a hug. You know what I'm saying? And we're meeting at this juncture, and you are actually in this place of your life where there's a transformation a coming. All right. Then this is actually, love is the greatest catalyst for transformation. And it exists in so many different forms. Like I said, you're opening Pandora's box for this when you join this ritual. So if you're not ready for that, I get it. And you know what? I respect that. I respect that. And it kind of reminds me of, like, if you're shackled, you won't hear the change as long as you don't move. So just stay right where you are. That's cool. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. For those who are not ready, I do not give a fuck. Like, stay doing whatever you're doing. That's okay. Okay. But people think love is all just fucking, unicorns and things like that. There's a lot of different sides to that. And that's why I call this the black magic of love, because we often associate black magic with curses and hexes to somebody. And yes, black magic can incorporate that. But there's a lot of different sides to black magic. Black magic is also the magic of the dark void, the chaos realm, the feminine realm, actually, if you want to get technical about it. And it's where all the power really actually is. So, like all your demons right now, yes, all your demons right now that are hiding in the darkness of your psyche, yes, that is also when you're starting to integrate, have them come on out. Let's join the party. We're gonna click up. We're gonna click up like Voltron and really fuck some shit up. That's black magic. A lot of people don't think of it like that. You have a shadow. Face it, right? You have a fucking shadow. Okay, no matter how much shadow work you've done and will continue to do as long as you're in this meat suit, you have a shadow. Love has a shadow. Okay? Love is a murderer. Love has killed more people than anything else. And this is what I mean. Love has a way, especially, I mean, just between people, period, but I've especially seen it. I've seen dudes that were on some just dumbass bummy shit. And here come this bitch come along and somehow she activates something. That lazy bummy dude was murdered. And some other guy emerged from the ashes or the corpse of that body, right? And this does probably, I'm sure it happens in a lot of different ways, but love will kill Oh, can somebody hear me or not? I think I'm still streaming. We lost some juice there. Can somebody still let me know in the chat if you can still hear me? Delicious. Shout out to you. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you, Carmela. Appreciate you. Yeah, those little technical difficulties there. It's all right though, because here I am. So as I was saying, love is a murder. This is where I was. We're going on this whole black magic of love thing, because love is a form of black magic as well. And like I said, love has killed more people than anything else. Love will kill who you thought you were, and it's necessary. Just like a fire sometimes is necessary for nature to be able to rebuild itself. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be. Love will murder your fucking ego. That's for sure. True love, or the frequency of love, exposes the fragile, you know what I'm saying, like constructions of the ego. Who you think you are, your masks, all your defenses, your separations, all your bullshit, all your fucking bullshit that we build, to protect ourselves. At some point in time, those have to go. And not just in the realm of relationships. I keep fucking saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this until, because it's true. This applies to everything. Your purpose here, which could be also having to do with your career, and of course, your money, your health, your relationship with your fucking family, if you got kids, whatever. It also destroys the false, or murders the false sense of self, leaving one vulnerable and raw. And it feels like annihilation, because it is. It is. Make no mistake about it. And I'm going to get to why the fuck you need it. If you're ready for this type of information, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. Love will take your sense of control and shove it directly up your ass. Love in its most passionate and intense form can be very overwhelming. That's what a lot of people have a problem with. And it's consuming. It's consuming, burning away all other desires or priorities. It does have a habit of destroying balance and detachment. It's easy to just not feel shit. I get that. It's easy to be numb, uh, or it appears to be easier to be apathetic, right? Love just does away with this shit, whether or not you're ready for it. It destroys balance, detachment, driving. It can drive people to obsession, madness, self-sacrifice to like the most ridiculous aspects. You know what I mean? However, it's also showing you more shadow when it does that, when you have that fucking kind of response to it. Another thing about love is it totally trashes boundaries. In the frequency of love, the self dissolves into the other. And this can destroy individuality, uh, your sense of independence, and the protection and the walls that you build around your fucking heart. Love is like, get that shit up out of here. Get that shit up out of here. It erases the line between you and I, or separateness. Love breaks comfort and stagnation. There's a lot of you who are just comfortable with being comfortable. You like your stagnation. You want to just kind of stay there, even though that gnawing that you got inside of you that's like trying to get you to move out of that, because you have come here to be you got the seed in you to be something greater. And as that seed starts to fucking expand, it's gonna force you eventually, somehow, some way, out of your comfort zone. That's love. That is love. Love forces growth by activation also. The activation feels forceful, and it often by obliterating fucking comfort zones, which is why sometimes your whole shit can go topsy-turvy. And nobody does want that, of course, not consciously anyway, you know. And like relationships, for instance, they might crumble under the weight of love's demands, because love demands like authenticity. Most of you are in relationships where there ain't no fucking authentic love. That shit ain't authentic. Because number one, you're not authentically you. So how the fuck can you authentically be in a loving relationship? You're not even loving as like the authentic you. A lot of you, not all, but a lot. And that's just what it is. So one of the things it's going to fucking demand, it's not negotiable, is authenticity. You may have heard that like, because they can measure your aura, right? They can measure your aura, and they say love is not the strongest aura, it's authenticity. But the authenticity and the love, they go actually together, because you can't have one without the other. I'm talking about true love, like the actual, if you want to say divine love. Can't be wearing no mask with divine love. Get the fuck out of here. And most loving relationships, as we have been conditioned and come to know it, are conditional anyways. I love you as long as you do what the fuck I say. Soon as you don't do what I like, I'm going to take my toys and go home. Love murders what no longer serves. Love destroys anything that is not aligned with your particular truth or higher purpose. And yes, this might include toxic relationships, your outdated beliefs about yourself, who the fuck you think you are. That has to go. What you think is possible for you, that has to go. Your whole view of the world and, shit like that, that has to go. And especially one of our favorites, attachments to the past. Love will and does transcend duality. At its core, love actually is unity. And in seeking union, it destroys separation between opposites, self and other, life and death, pleasure and pain. I mean, come on, ladies, you already know you like some pain with your pleasure. That's a very actually good example, even though it's more of a sexual, like it could just be more physical. But when it gets to that level, there's something in there though. When you can literally like see pleasure or pain turn to pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's quite a thing. But the thing about it is, love is not a murderer, because it's not a murderer out of like malice, as if it's, got evil intentions or something, but as an inherent aspect, this is just this transformative nature. Love fucking transforms shit. It does shit. And when you get on the ride of this love frequency shit, like you are a fucking passenger. You're not in control. You're not going to steer it. It's not going to go how you think it's going to go. And you have to be okay with that. Destruction is the precursor to creation. It always, in all ways, period. And love's destruction clears the way. You know what I'm saying? Clears the way for renewal, truth, and growth. Because that's what the fuck it does. So love is kind of like this paradox because love and destruction are inseparable. You know why? Because destruction is love's shadow. That's why. Just like we all have shadow aspects to us, like this is my dark side, this is my shadow side. So does love. Why would love be any different? But its main thing is just to ensure, just like in a way, almost like fire, because fire, it just consumes and consumes and consumes, but it also purifies, which is why they put gold in the fire to burn out the fucking impurities. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure only the real shit remains. But that, my friends, if you could deal with some shit like that, is the black magic of love. It's not always unicorns and Skittles. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, there are those that are, you're already just, I don't got to tell you. You're already at that point in life where you're like, you know what? If I could look myself in the mirror and be honest, like I'm good by myself, I'm cool by myself, I enjoy my own company and such, but I am ready for that connection. You know, I am ready for this, that, and the other. And a lot of people, they're not able to even admit that to themselves. They're like, "Ah, I ain't trying to hear about no love. Just tell me about some money and shit like that." Okay, I won't even tell you how love will multiply your fucking money like 1,000 times over, and in ways that you can't even believe. You know what I'm saying? Love for something new that you get into, love for your craft, love for whatever your business is or whatever. Like when you have that love frequency in that, that's going to transform your money. Carmela, see, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm ready. And you know, that is actually the bigger picture. Like I have to, you know, I gotta dumb down shit when I do things because I know people only want to see the carrot on the stick. Like honestly, who really wants to be free of all this other shit that's been bogging you down? You know, who wants to, you know, go through the fire in a way? You know, is it worth it for you? Or is it just worth it to stay where you're at? So, you know, but so I've been doing the whole little carrot thing. Hey, get the person you want, like finally the connection, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I guarantee that you're going to have, that's going to fucking happen. You cannot not have it happen. It's going to happen for you. And a whole lot faster than you think. You know, no, this is not about fucking banging someone over the head that don't fucking want you. That's the antithesis to this. You know, that shit is actually not fucking love as much as you think. More so as it is fear. Fear of all kinds of shit. Which is why you're trying to hang on to this one person for whatever. Good luck with that. Okay. I'm not here for that shit. That's you. Great. Good luck. You said love ain't never multiplied my money. Well, have you employed it? Then you ain't ever, you're not really in it, though, is what I'm saying. Like it has for me, and I know it has for others as well, especially like they're not trying to like specifically use love, but it's just one of them things. It's one of the effects because your vibration fucking starts to just go off the fucking chain. And then it's like all kinds of good shit happens after that. And that's usually how it happens. You know what I'm saying? But that's essentially though what this ritual is about, is a mass transformation going on right now. It really is. And love is that fucking frequency that you want to definitely tap into. Love will fucking heal your ass. You know what I'm saying? Of not just emotional and your beliefs and, you know, your current limitations. When you look back to like around this time, you'd be like, man, I was like in a fucking prison and I didn't even fucking see it. Love obliterates that shit. That frequency of love. People mistake some of their raggedy ass fucking relationships for love. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't limerence. There may have been elements of what love is, but come on, if you real with yourself, like how many of your fucking relationships is actually like, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if you actually fucking look, there's a lot more like fear. Like I'm hanging on to this person because really I don't want to be alone. But you're not going to know that consciously because you're kind of like repressing that shit. You don't want to fucking face that shit, which is why you have this fucking dirt ball around you to distract you and give you temporary dopamine shots. But that ain't fucking actually, I can't say necessarily empirically that that's not love because I'm not anybody else but myself, you know. But the love part would is not the problem. It's all the other shit that's there. And if I would say primarily it's the fear thing. Because out of fear comes all the like the rage, the jealousy, the insecurities, you know, you name it. You can trace most of those back, just like with colors. You know how like there's the three like main colors, I think it is, or I don't know how many, I think it's three main colors, but from those colors you can make any other color. That's how it is with like when it comes to like fear. That's like one of the hugest ones. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the hugest ones. But like I said, for those that are ready, you can even start now absolutely free. You can go watch the video as far as just or go to the site right here, masteryourmagicnow.com. There's a PDF of what I call the love spell diagnostic. But these are very carefully and crafted, engineered questions that are actually speaking to your subconscious mind in such a way that it has room to breathe now and it can answer you. So you can start to discover these things. You got to write your answers down because you're going to need this information for the spell work. Okay? So that's how you can get started. But the real way to really just dive in is even if you just join for this ritual and someone was to like cancel afterward, fine. You know what I'm saying? This is a 3-day because there's phase 1 is actually kind of like what I like to refer to as the banishment, the destruction phase, like we were just talking about of love. Yeah, it's that part. Most of us, it's not about adding more or doing more. It's about getting rid of certain shit and you'll just fucking shoot up to the top like automatically. I always use like the analogy of like a rocket ship with like this super duper chain that's tied to this like super duper rock. And it's like the rocket ship's trying to fucking take off, but it's got this chain. If you don't need to keep adding more fuel if you just cut the fucking chain. So that's what phase 1 is about. Okay, that's going to be Wednesday. If you did the love spell diagnostic and you have that information and you kind of been able to have a day or 2 or 3 to actually sit with it, review it again, you never know, something else might just come to mind. That's your subconscious mind. You want that. You don't want to like do too much heady, like conscious. You want your subconscious mind, your hidden aspect to speak. You don't want to like micromanage it with your conscious mind. That's why it's like you just sit there and kind of like contemplate these questions. Just take some time with it. Take a little time. Take like an hour or so or whatever, or a half hour or whatever it is. My point is don't just rush through the shit. You're not doing yourself any justice if you do that. If you really want to get to the meat and potatoes of this shit, take your time with it, because this is something that you're doing for you, not me or anybody else. Then phase 2, it's about once we get rid of something, now there's a void, right? We're getting rid of it by the destruction aspect, and also by even just it showing up and you're like, oh my God, I never realized. When you see your answers on the paper and you're like, maybe you review it the next day. That's why it's kind of good to live with it, sit with it for a second, cook it, let it simmer. And then you see some shit and you're like, wow. It's almost like holding a mirror up to yourself, because like I never knew I was doing this shit. Like I never seen this pattern of mine. That right there is, I can tell you right now, invaluable. You're doing what probably 97% of the people won't ever fucking do. They like being asleep. They like being in their fucking patterns, and that's just it. Bless them. But then once we get rid of shit by integral, when you make friends with an enemy, now they're no longer your enemy. What's the old saying? Make them your friend. Now they're no longer your enemy. Poof. So you are, but these are aspects of you. So you're not at war with certain parts of yourself no more. Now you guys are both like, or whatever your parts are, now you can be on the same page. So now, once we get rid of something, we got to fill that void. We got to tell our genie what it is that we do want. That's phase 2. Phase 3, we just reinforce all of that. And it's also celebratory, because you got to celebrate your shit too, which happens to be, it concludes on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. I know it's a day for marketing and to get people to spend money. Absolutely correct. However, in the collective conscious, especially here in the Western world, it is known that it is a day that recognizes just romantic love. And I'm sure you want some motherfucking a romantic love that you actually can't even really fathom. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you just do the first part, love spell diagnostic, then we just move you through this ritual, I guarantee you, first of all, you may have a choice. You may have multiple suitable options. I know, what a fucking headache, right? But the one that you really resonate with, I'm telling you right now, is going to be better than you can ever fucking fathom. Your imagination, as great as it is, ain't shit. It's like limited, and there's so much more. And I keep getting reminded of this all the time. As good as I think about what's the best I can think of, like that ain't shit. And I'm telling you, this is the time to be just obliterated with awe and wonder, like, oh my God, like, where in the fuck have you been? And they're like waiting for you to show up for yourself so I can show up for you. Anyways, then you want to join this ritual. It's going down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday the 12th, Thursday the 13th. Everything will be up though on Wednesday. But for now, what I want you to do is take that love spell diagnostic test, because it's very important. Very important. If you just did that, who knows? You're gonna end up moving some things around. You're gonna end up activating some things within you just with that alone. And that's free. So while I'm here, I will also be doing a few questions. All right. So as you see this thingamajiggy, you can do the Cash App way or the PayPal way if you have a personal question that you want to ask. You have the opportunity. I'm going to use this deck. You have that opportunity. If you do, though, please let me know in the chat so that way I don't keep you waiting. But if not, we can just conclude right the fuck now. Okay? I don't feel like doing the staring contest thing today. So, I mean, are there any questions, any comments, anything about what I was just saying? Don't be shy. Or not. Yeah, even my love for sorcery, which is actually alchemy, in my opinion, it's really an art. It's an art and a science. I mean, you just can't help it. It's just going in places you never thought it would go. As far as even just your ability to do certain things, but also your interests, the questions that pop into your head, which lead you down these rabbit holes and things, you know. Once again, if you'd like, I'll tell you what I will do. I'm just going to do three or four. If you'd like a psychic hors d'oeuvre, go ahead and put a hand emoji in the chat. It'll kind of give me a little warm up. Psychic hors d'oeuvre is just, I'm going to pull a card for you and whatever the message is for you today. All right. It's gratis. All you got to do is put your hand emoji into the chat. Antasa it. Is this thing on, or like, is there a lag or something? Is this thing on? Hold on. If you'd like to get a psychic hors d'oeuvre, thank you, Carmela. Let's put you up here real fast, huh? Wall of Fame time. Bienvenidos. All right. You know what? Go ahead and just do me one quick favor. Just take a breath through your nose. Like, relax your tummy. Like, actually, let your tummy pull the air in. Hold it for just a second. Go ahead and gaze right up into this motherfucking eye and just blow like that. Thank you. All right. What's the message for Camilla Ali? All right. You ready? Oh, this came out reversed. Carmela. In some ways, okay, I'm just going to be straight with you. I'm getting something about finances. I feel an urge from you. The sensation I'm getting, I guess you could say, is just more so like, I need a fucking miracle. Okay. If I had to verbalize it, if I got to put words on it, I need a fucking miracle or something like that. You can turn this situation around now. You can turn this situation around. Whatever the situation is going on right now, though, Carmela, the advice that I will give to you is, and this is going to sound maybe weird or something, but doing something, no matter how small, like for somebody else that gets you out of your head. I'm getting the way I'm seeing it, it's looking like lately, especially lately, like the last few days or something, it's like you've kind of been stuck in your head about something. And the way I like to describe it is like a pair of shoes or something in the dryer. You know how those sound when it's in the dryer? It's like clunk, 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 clunk. It just goes around and around and around. We got to get out of our head, and you will have a break. You will have something. It'll start a domino. Something. That's how you're going to be able to turn this around. Because really, this is kind of like the miracle card too, like um, a also like something just popping up, manifesting. You could call it a miracle. You know. Yes, I'm doing Carmela's. Adela, are you seeing? You know what? I'm thinking there might be a lag on this shit or something. This shit acting weird. Like I've been doing her whole reading right now. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but lavender, what? Stree? I don't know about a spirit stree. And if you're talking about citri, I have very limited experience. Okay, see, citri, I knew it. Yeah, I have limited experience with that actual spirit citri. All right. Thank you, Camira. But that's what I have. Carmela, did you see that? Well, it's there for you. It should be there for you. Once again, if you want to get a personal question, a little deep dive right here while we're here. Okay. This is the path to go. Let me know that you have because I don't want you waiting. You will be a VIPer and I will rush you to the front. Drop your new domination spelling. Your old works. Oh, thank you, Lavender. Glad you was able to do that. Yeah, that one's like world renowned like a motherfucker. That one, people want to like start. It's funny because people want to use that like for every little thing, and you know, as good as a hammer might be, sometimes you got to use something else. If it works for you though, hey, it doesn't hurt to try though. It doesn't hurt to employ it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's going to continue to get better, especially after our conversation, Carmela. Especially when it comes to like what I'm saying is when you're alone and maybe you're doing whatever you're doing to kind of get away from them thoughts that are in your head, you know, whatever they're saying. Yeah. Sometimes we got to tell them to shut the hell up, you know. But you definitely, yeah, you're going to get there. A break in the clouds. So if you'd like to, deep dive on a personal question where you can really, really tap into you, because I'm just skimming, you know, then what you want to do is you want to use this Cash App right here, $ Ray Shango, or paypal.me/Shango Ray. Lavender says, I'm new to your channel and I don't know much about you. So can you tell me where? Nicholas Davis, what's going on? I'm from the ethers, dear Lavender, incorporating in flesh form just for you. Right now, I just did a message, though. It was the Black Magic of Love, Sir Davis, Brother Davis, the God Davis, and just seeing if anybody, if my psychic abilities may be of use. Oh, okay. Yeah, they just barely showed me that, Adela, like as I'm like already done the shit. I'm saying that it's this chat thing. It's weird. How are you, Mr. Davis? Yes, Lavender. I work with spirits. I work with demons. I work with jinn. I work with many different kinds of entities. Depends on for what. Obviously, just like with people, I have a closer relationship with particular ones than I do others, such as life, you know? Oh, you know what, Diosa, I wanted to tell you the readings that I got for you or the year long is actually more based on your birthday than a calendar year. So opposed to January 1st, it's going to go from your birthday to like the day before your next birthday, if that makes any sense to you. I'll still add maybe a little bit more. Well, it's not much longer to go. Your birthday's coming up. But just so you know, I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm being taken down the fucking rabbit holes, whether I like it or not. Growth spurts. You know what I mean? Growth spurts. Yeah. It's like, and also too, right before like certain breakthroughs and promotions, like in the spirit of your power, of your, and just like it's growth, you know what I mean? Like some summers you have like a major growth spurt, you know? Ooh. Oh, you're requesting that I please drop a new domination spell? I'm curious why you want a well, I'll definitely consider it and I'll definitely put one out. You know, I'll take that to heart. But I'm curious why you want a domination spell for. Sometimes domination is not necessarily the answer for everything, you know? There are other ways. If you would like a psychic hors d'oeuvre, go ahead and just put your hand emoji up. Psychic hors d'oeuvres are just a message, a brief message. And I don't know what card it's going to be, but it's something. Camilo Davis. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Davis. That's funny, Davis and Davis. What is the message for Camaro Davis? There may be a change of stat. I feel like there's a change of status to either career, work, or health. So you definitely want to stay, and it's not like an upward change. It seems like it's a little bit of a downward change. All right. Now, I see this also being accompanied by a sense of like feeling fenced in. Okay. You may also be susceptible to other people's bullshit in ways that you may or may not be aware of. So you want to take precautions about that. I suggest fortification. You know what I mean? Anybody else? I'm going to give this about 3 more minutes. I'm going to give this about 3 more minutes. So if you'd like to ask or dive in, have me dive in to a personal question with you, I suggest you go ahead and just use this right now. And that one or that one. And I will definitely accommodate you. Cool. Just so you know, so that's kind of the reason why. But I mean, it's coming like lickety split here. But that's what it is. That's how I'm doing. I only did three. There was you, there was somebody else, and then there was somebody else because I wasn't offering that as a thing. Yours is a gift, But like I said, it's based on your personal year, and your personal new year starts on your solar return. All right. Anybody else? Do you want to get a psychic hors d'oeuvre, which is just basically a spirit message? It's free. It's one card. Who knows what it is? I sure don't. Or if you'd like, there is still a few remaining seconds to claim your very own personal. Like, you know what, Shango, I want to be in the fucking VIP section. Okay. I want to ask this personal question. Well, then, that's easy. Just circulate your 25 right here to $Ray Shango or paypal.me/Shango Ray. And I will do one more of these. Licious booty. Okay. All right. Hey, artistic mimic, how are you? Is that a dollar sign right there? What is that? I like. Well, it looks like a dollar sign. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, going, gone. I'm the fuck out of here. If ain't nobody gonna do it, hey, peace. I'm glad to hear it. All right. So for the resident cakery going on here, otherwise known as Licious Booty. What is the message? Hold on a second. We have an ending of something coming up. Hold on. Well, it seems something's going to be ending, and it's not going to be so much like abrupt. Sometimes this is your card. So this is either having to do with like a job or even some type of a habit. Okay, so this can also be something physically, all right, that it seems to be ending. I don't know. I'm feeling more so towards either job, career, whatever it is, but yes, there is definitely an ending coming to that. It doesn't look like you're initiating the change. So like the change is going to initiate itself. You know what I'm saying? But the good news is I feel like the ending is kind of like it might be something like, well, in 2 weeks you're going to whatever, or this is going to change or something like that. So it's not like so abrupt where it's just like abrupt would, you come into the job or wherever it is and it's like, no, you don't have a job no more. And you're just like, wait, what? Like that type of shit. I'm not getting that kind of feeling from it. All right. You know what, Lavender? I'm gonna accommodate you real fast before I leave here. It's a message for Lavender. But that's what my message for you. Something's ending though. Something's definitely ending for you. And it just seems like it's not like like I said, I don't see you initiating the end or the change of that. Like it's being dictated for you. All right, Lavender. Lavender, you know what? In your head, just just say, you know what, whatever the message is for me, just give it. Like, I want to know. I want to know. Just kind of like think something along them lines. Okay. Yeah, I think you were talking about that before, Licious. You could be running your own shit. There is never a shortage of motherfuckers who want their hair braided. Ever. Especially if you're good. If you got the goods, yeah, you could technically do that shit like out of your house or garage or whatever. Like, I seen it and I see it still. Like, that's a skill that you got that in your back pocket. You should never be broke with that in your back pocket. All right. Lavender. You know what? Right here. All right. What is it for lavender? How funny. You're asking all these questions, and it's like, well, no wonder you have a seven of spades. You're entering into a time where you're going to learn a lot about yourself through your little witchy practices that you're really starting to get into. You say you're new to this, but yeah, this is like a veil. You're right now, you're entering a stage where it's like you have like this veil, this blindfold, it's getting removed. So practice, even though it seems like you're doing this shit for like a little petty shit, like, oh, it's a little bit of money or dominate this person or whatever, but there's a bigger picture above all that. You know, there's enhancing your skill set. There's like just, you know, taking part in like manipulating reality is something. You know what I'm saying? So I see you definitely. This is you're gonna learn a lot about yourself through this. I don't know whatever you're starting though, you're going into a rabbit hole. I will tell you that. Oh, you're nice with it, Licious? Okay. Then you even if you was just mediocre, like there's still motherfuckers who, you know what I'm saying? Like there's never no shortage of people who want their hair braided. There's never no shortage. Or you could get into a shop, even though you're gonna have to pay shop fees, but that would give you a safe place to meet your clients and stuff like that, and maybe even get other clients that you wouldn't have normally gotten. You see what I'm saying? I should be charging you for this. But anyways, that is what I have for you, Licious. I mean, excuse me, Lavender. Yeah, this is all about the veil, occult, magic, mysterio. Like you're going there. You're going there. All right. Well, if nobody wants a personal VIP question answered, then I will excuse myself. You guys have a great Saturday night. I got a lot more things to come for you guys. So your hands be giving out on you, huh? You know what? Maybe you want to like buy one of them things and start like working out your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they got those like it's like a rubber thing, but like or one of them grip things that actually because it's your fingers are all right here in your forearm. This is what it is. So you might want to start like, working out your like forearms or, you know, just to help. Artistic Mimic, thank you. I appreciate you sliding through. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you again. Peace.